Welcome back to another episode of Criminals Hate Me. It is the true crime podcast that criminals don't want you to watch. And a lot of you people may have seen this case in the news. It's a very sad case. It is the Devil's Den homicide that just happened 3 to 4 days ago. Very sad. Happened in Arkansas. And these were the victims here. Clinton and Cristen Brink. Okay, so we're going to jump into this case and see what I can figure out here and just let you guys know my thoughts about this case. And stay tuned through the whole episode because, as usual, I have found something that no one else has found or pointed out. Okay, it's very bizarre and could be related, might not, but there's a high probability that it is related to this case. And I'll show you guys that at the end of the video, so stay tuned, okay? So this crazy case happened at the Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas, which is located north of Fort Smith and south of Bentonville, which is the home to Walmart. And if you're looking at the map, this is going to be in the northwestern far corner of Arkansas. And this was the original police sketch of the suspect that was released due to them talking to a lot of the people that were on the hiking trail that day. This is what they say the guy looks like. Okay, so this is really all they had to go on until today. We've actually got an actual picture of this guy, but unfortunately it's not going to really help find him, and I'll show you why. Because sadly it's just a picture of the back side of the guy, which I don't understand how they got this. I don't know if this is from some kind of surveillance or a trail cam, or I don't know if this is something that some other people who were on the trail, if they somehow got this footage. It's very odd to have just the backside of the guy. But I think that this kind of proves, and with this next thing I'm going to show you also, this kind of proves that this guy, he was on a mission, okay? He was at that park to do something. He was looking for something, and it kind of proves it because this guy came face to face, as I'll show y'all in some videos we're going to watch. He came face to face and passed by several other hikers. So here's my question. Why did he not attack the other hikers? Why did he come face to face with one couple in particular where they were freaked out by the guy, but he didn't attack them? And I think as we go through this video, we're going to figure out why. Because he was looking for something very specific, okay? But there's been a lot of speculation about what's on this guy's back, but I'm going to break it down for you, okay? No, the guy's not wearing a skirt, like a Scottish skirt or nothing. That's not what this is, okay? This is part of the backpack right here. He's wearing a big backpack. I'm sorry, not a backpack. Like he has two different things on his back. He's got this duffel bag that's hanging down. I mean, it's very odd the way that it's hanging, but you can see here these straps for a backpack, and then he has another duffel bag type thing that's hanging. So I don't believe this is a kilt or Scottish male skirt. I think this is part of these bags. He's got two bags on his back, and there may be something hanging. I don't know what this is hanging, but it looks very odd. But he's got two bags going on here, and if this guy is trying to be incognito for whatever he's doing, he's not going to wear all this. And they also said he had gloves, like fingerless gloves, like the kind you use to lift weights, I guess. And so he's got long sleeves. Okay, so this guy was definitely up to something. He didn't care who saw him or how he looked. So we can only speculate of why he needed 2 bags, but that's what he's got going on. He's got a backpack and another like large duffel bag type thing. It's not one bag, it's 2 bags. So it's very strange to be hiking in this kind of gear. So I don't know what he was up to, but we may figure it out as we go on. And the last clue that we have before we jump into these videos that I'm going to show you, and then after the videos I'm going to wrap it all up and show you my crazy findings, but I want to show you some videos to get you caught up on the case, okay? Because there's a lot of crazy updates. He was driving a vehicle, okay, and I'm just showing this as an example. I don't know if it was Arkansas plates, we don't know. But let's just say you have your license plates, okay? For some reason, he had his plates taped up with either duct tape or like black electrical tape. And you know, this is what it would look like. You can't see anything. And so this is what proves that whatever he was doing was targeted. And that he was there to commit a crime. And he did this with the plates so he could get away without someone getting his license plate. So the question is, what kind of crime could he have been there at that hiking trail to try to commit? And with the fact that he passed several other hikers and he did not attack them, I think it's becoming very clear as we dive in deeper and deeper here that he was looking for a certain type of a group of people. And I'll explain that here in a little bit, okay? But let's check out some videos just to get caught up on the case, see what's going on in the news.
Be advised, this just occurred at Devil's Den. Unit still en route. Attacked a male and a female on Devil's Den hiking trail, and then took off in a small black sports car with tape over the plate.
ASP tells us 43-year-old Clinton Brink and 41-year-old Cristen Brink just moved to Prairie Grove from another state.
And we suspect the suspect of injuries due to the witness seeing the suspect stab one of them.
To find out that, you know, a couple people were just out there enjoying the same element that we're in, got disturbed the way they did, you know. I mean, it's kind of a messed up situation.
In a press release Sunday afternoon, ASP released an updated description of the suspect they're searching for.
Be on the lookout for a white male suspect wearing black gloves, sunglasses, dark-colored pants.
Police say he was also wearing a long-sleeve shirt with the sleeves rolled up and a black backpack. They also believe the suspect drove a Mazda with the license plate covered in tape and may have been traveling on State Highway 170 or 220 near the park.
According to witness, direction of travel was, quote, went across a bridge leaving Devil's Den and stayed on the highway, end quote.
While the trails are closed, many other places like the visitor center and the cabins are open to the public.
You can't even roll into the park without seeing them taking care of the situation. You know, law enforcement's doing what they got to do.
The superintendent at the park told me he's talked to all the guests and informed them of the situation.
I got other people around. Park's hot right now. You know, there's, you know, extra enforcement. People are, you know, looking out for it. I got nothing to say for that dude right there. You know, it's gonna come down on him, and when it does, you know, God's gonna help him. You know, because those people didn't deserve that. I mean, they're just out here just trying to enjoy their time.
And the crazy thing is there's only 2 ways in or out of that park, so they don't know if the suspect went north or south. So that would be huge if they could figure that out. But the dude could be long gone by now. So there's no telling if he's a local or if he was a transient. Like, was he homeless, sleeping in his car, living in his car? You know, does he just bounce from state park to state park or tourist attractions or, you know, looking for victims? But I think that the tape over the license plate proves he was looking for victims, but I think it was a certain type of victim, and we'll reveal all that at the end. But here's another little quick clip. This is about a neighbor and his concerns. He lives in the area of Devil's Den State Park, so let's see what this guy has to say.
Live so close to the den, so we go down there all the time just to go hiking and stuff. Man, like someone's still out on the loose, and that's just very, very scary.
Dalton Hayes is one of 4 residents living near Devil's Den that I spoke with today. He says he hikes the trails often and never thought something like this could happen. According to audio obtained from police, the deadly attack happened on the main Devil's Den trail.
Found the victims down here. They're on the lower Devil's Den trail. I've got two bodies down here.
Hayes says he's concerned the suspect hasn't been found or identified.
Good, it makes me like lose hope because, you know, it's Devil's Den, there's like no cameras, like no service. It's very easy for someone to just come and go out of there.
While law enforcement is asking residents and park visitors to comb video and images taken, many residents I talked to, who have cameras on their property, say police haven't stopped by to ask questions.
No one's came here to like speak to us, but I haven't got information. It seems like information is very limited. But we do hope like information comes out soon. They're able to like catch this person because it's just like crazy that they're still out there. It's been like almost 4 days now. I think they should be talking to someone just to get like ring camera footage or something.
And so isn't that bizarre, guys, that this guy is a neighbor that lives in the area and law enforcement has not even went to his house and asked him, you know, do you have cameras? Did you see something? I mean, it's like another botched case by law enforcement, but I think that law enforcement has put out there that they don't want all this extra information released by the public, and that's going to come into play in this next video that I'm going to show you, because this guy has obtained a video that's supposedly of the suspect's car, and law enforcement did not want that out there. But I mean, you can't just not talk to the locals just because you're afraid of what they may release. And here's the last clip that I'm going to play. And like I say, we're just putting this story together over the last 3 to 4 days. I'm getting you guys caught up in case y'all haven't seen all the new updates on this case. So this guy right here, he runs a podcast and he lives in Arkansas. And one of the guys that lives in the area of Devil's Den State Park, he sent this guy a video, and we're going to see that video right now. And then we're going to jump into, I'm going to show you something on a map real quick. And then I'm going to show you what I found that's just totally bizarre. I'll let you guys judge whether or not it's related to the case or not. And then we'll wrap it up, okay?
Well, and I understand that you have obtained some security footage of what may be the suspect's car. We want to show that to our viewers because, of course, any clue can help. Tell us about what we're watching on our screen right now.
This is some footage that we obtained here. This is a security camera off of a home very near where the park entrance is. This is the vehicle heading north on Highway 170, about 2 miles north of the Yellow Rock exit. It was described, and this is the words of the man who shot it, and he's also what you would call a car guy, so he got into it with me. We got about a 10-minute conversation on our podcast. Black four-door sedan, quad exhaust tips, 2 on each side, matte or semi-gloss black paint, tinted windows, black rims, small spoiler, sleek spoiler luxury design, no visible license plate, completely taped over. He said it sounded like an active exhaust, probably going 60 to 70 miles an hour. He, unlike the police have put out right now, he disagrees. He's not sure if it's a Mazda. He said it could be, but in his opinion, it might not be. He thought it was more of an Audi Acura TLX, possibly a Mercedes. We've seen a lot of other chatter on that now that we've released that video as well. Lots of people chiming in and giving their thoughts on that, and several even using AI to try and get identification.
All right, so there's that video there, and that's the video of possibly the suspect's vehicle that police didn't want out there, but I think it's a good thing that it's out there, and I commend this podcaster for releasing it, and I commend Ashley Banfield and News Nation for putting it out there into the mainstream media, because this needs to be solved, and the fastest way to solve a case like this and to catch someone like this is within the first 24 to 48 hours or the first week. Okay, the longer this goes on, they're not going to catch the guy. He could be 10 states away by the end of the week. So as you can see, the guy's speeding off really, really fast. So it looks like this whole thing was planned, You had duct tape on the license plate, and we don't know when he put that on there or why. I mean, we know that he wanted to get away without being seen, his license plate seen, but was it like an opportunistic crime? Like, was he in the parking lot? Did he see Clinton and Cristen Brink walking up with the kids? And did he decide to commit this crime, to go hunt them down while he was sitting in the parking lot? It's just something to think about, but I was trying to think of motives and just the fact that he didn't attack anyone else. It seems like he singled out the Brinks for some reason. And that reason may be just like a lot of people on the internet and on YouTube in the like web sleuths and stuff are saying that they think he was trying to kidnap one of Cristen and Clinton's kids. And I was watching Nancy Grace, and she kept saying that the parents died protecting the kids. So basically, I think that Clinton was attacked first, and the mom was like ushering the kids away, telling them, run, and she was telling them which direction to run, and I guess they ran to a visitor center, which was like a mile away. And it's crazy that those kids, they're so young and they were able to get there, but thank God they did. But I guess the mom was pointing them and directing them to get away, and she went back to check on her husband, and then she ended up dead also. It's very sad, guys. Very crazy. But the question is, what was this guy's motive? And I'm thinking that a lot of people are right, that I think that he targeted this family because of the kids that they had with them. I don't know how normal it is for entire families to go here together on this trail. I don't know if it's like a large majority of the people are adults and the kids stay home, or do the kids go? I don't know the answer to that question, but if there are a lot of kids that go there with their families, maybe this suspect was looking for certain types of kids. Female, of course, but maybe he was looking for a certain look. Who knows? But it seems like he targeted Clinton and Cristen Brink and that family for some reason. But I thought we would look at this map real quick because I was going to show you something interesting, and then we'll get into my final findings right after this. So I just looked up Devil's Den Visitor Center because that's where the kids ran to get help. So let's check this map out here. So as you can see right here, here's Devil's Den State Park Visitor Center right here. And so they're saying that the kids ran about a mile to get here. So if you kind of just look around on the maps, and on the radio chatter when law enforcement or the park rangers, whoever, when they were looking for Cristen and Clinton, they said that they found them on the lower trails, okay, which I think is these trails here. Okay, if you go this way, you have a lot more stuff like the campground, the horse camp, you have the racetrack. So just by using like logic and common sense, I think that the attack probably happened up here somewhere. And here's why. If you measure from the visitor center up this way, and let's see, let's go about a mile here, zoom in here. I think I did it. It was over here somewhere, yeah. See, it's about a mile, but that's just straight there. They would have to go on the trails and stuff. But this kind of gives you a general idea. Somewhere in here is about a mile, or even possibly over here a mile. So I'm thinking that it was up here somewhere, about a mile. That's a long ways to this rough terrain that those girls made it. But man, God must have been with them on that day. But it's just sad that they lost their parents over this. But I guess their parents really did die heroes protecting their children from this monster. And I do believe that he was probably trying to kidnap one of these kids. That's probably the motive. Because why would you not attack all of the other people on the trail? And I think it's because there's no reason to, because they didn't have kids with them. I think he was looking for a kid to kidnap. And unfortunately, the Brinks had just recently moved to this area. They were out having family time before Clinton was about to start a new job in a few days, I believe, after this. So it's a crazy tragedy, but we don't know what the motive is, but this could be it. But this is just speculation, guys. We don't know all the facts of the case yet. There's not a lot of info released, just really what I just showed y'all. But now let's dive into this crazy thing that I found that could be related. And y'all let me know what y'all think, okay? And for those of you who have been watching my channel since day one, and y'all have seen all of my videos, y'all know how I operate. Y'all know how I think. And I am of the very deep belief that there are no coincidences. And I believe that timing is everything. So when certain things happen during certain times, I think that there's no coincidences. So I wanted to, try to think outside the box like I always do. That's what I do on this channel. I'm not trying to be like everyone else. I try to add something new to these cases. And I try to think a different way. Okay? And I may not always be right, but at least I'll make you think something different. And then we can look into what I'm thinking. And if y'all prove me wrong, then great. We ruled something out. But that's just how I operate. And so I wanted to look at the Google reviews for Devil's Den State Park, okay, just to see if anything weird might have happened or stood out to me. And today's the 29th, and this case unfortunately happened on the 26th, which was 3 days ago. So, like I said, timing is everything. There are no coincidences. So, let's look at the most recent Google reviews. And I found this right here. It's by someone named Joda Street. And they tell a very crazy story here, guys. Very crazy. But here is the part that I want to point out here. 3 days ago, they give the park a bad review. And look what they say. We arrived at 10:30 p.m., which I'm assuming this was posted on the 26th. I'm assuming they're talking about they arrived on the 25th. We arrived at 10:30 p.m. There was someone in their car sleeping. So I told him we had paid for that spot, primitive site 22. Could he move? So I'm wondering if this was a suspect sleeping in his car that was in their spot. Obviously, it wasn't a spot that this guy paid for, because this person is saying he paid for the spot, but this person was sleeping in their car in their spot. So this suspect in this case could be someone that lives in their car or travels a lot, and instead of paying his way for camping or sleeping or parking, he might just find spots and sleep there, But this whole story that they say is crazy, talking about compensating these guys marijuana, and they got beef with the park ranger. It's very strange. But I think this is just a random person that could have possibly crossed paths with this killer that was sleeping in their car. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Did I stumble upon something here? Could this person possibly be a witness that came face to face with the killer 3 days ago? It all lines up, guys. Like I say, you're not going to find anything like this on any other channel. Only this channel. I think outside the box. I am a bit quirky. I am a bit crazy. But most of the time, I'm right. Until this is ruled in or out, I'm going to say that this could have been the suspect. Sleeping in his freaking car and pissed this person off, and then it ended up leading into something to do with marijuana. And I think someone else mentioned in this case that maybe this guy, he was doing something with drugs or something, dropping drugs, selling drugs. I don't know the exact story, but they were mentioning maybe it was drug related. So who knows? I think cops need to find Joda Street and see if they know something. But it's a very sad case. But these parents are heroes. They protected their children. That's what they're supposed to do. You provide for your children and you protect your children. And these two most definitely did that until death. And I think that these children will remember that for the rest of their lives. So that is my coverage on the Devil's Den homicide for now, until there's any other updates. Y'all take care.